Hi Ben,
Hi,
how
Grant.
you doing today?
Good.
Good. All right. Today is March 11th, 2017. Um, I just wanted to talk about our little conflict that we had about the on the pilot. Are you yawning? Okay.
Yeah.
About who gets to take the Honda Pilot, whether I get to take it back to school or on your in your case you wanted to keep it here.
hmm
So I'll tell my side of the story. Um, so basically, I had the Ford Fiesta, and I took that up to school with me in Fairfax. Um, and then over last summer, I got into a car accident. That was completely my fault, but and it totaled the car. So obviously, I couldn't use it anymore. None of us could use it anymore. It was it's gone
hmm
now. Um, you know, when I had it up at school, it was nice because I could, you know, do everything that I needed to do with the car. I could, go out. I could, go shopping with it. Just do stuff like that. Go to restaurants, movies, whatever I wanted to do. But then after the crash, I couldn't for like a semester. Um, and So pretty much, I was relying on friends. I was relying on Uber. Things like anybody to that I could get to drive me places. So I go to go shopping, get groceries. Um, just anything that I needed. I couldn't really go out to eat. So I had a lot of campus food. Ate a lot of Panda Express.
hmm
Um, And then, if I needed like groceries and stuff, or like anything that other than groceries, I had to go to Amazon. Amazon was always my first place to choose, rather than Target or something like that, even though it's not too far away. Um, so yeah, I uh, now after spring break, I'm gonna be taking up the Honda Pilot, which is one of our other cars. We're gonna be taking that car up, and it's gonna be living with me in Fairfax, and I'll be able to do all those things again. And it'll help me be able to lock down an internship potentially for this summer. Um, so really, it's a positive for me. Um, so yeah, if you wanna tell your side of the story now.
Uh, Pretty much been driving the pilot around. Use it to go to school and to work and other things. But instead of the pilot, I'll be driving the Focus, which is uh, much more dilapidated than the pilot. So I think with the Focus, a big thing is the air conditioning doesn't work, and in Williamsburg it gets very hot, and that can be a problem, especially when I'm going to work. I'm trying to look nice. Uh, Also, not all of the windows work in the Focus, whereas in the Pilot, it's got air conditioning and all the windows work, and it's really nice.
Yeah,
And also, uh, with the Fiesta, feel like you wrecked the Fiesta,
I did.
and then I'm paying the price for that by giving up the Pilot in the warm months of the year and having to drive a Focus around.
True. So do you want to go look at the cars? Show the camera the cars. Yeah.
Or
Let's go.
this is the Focus. It's a 2001 manual. You can see here. It's got pieces of plywood shoved in the windows so they don't fall down. Recently, this window broke. We had to get that fixed. Uh, it's also been unseasonably warm recently. You can see the pollen on the window. Inside of the car, no air conditioning. Uh, Lots of problems with the radio. It's also not very big, and that's about that. Take a look inside of it. It's also only got really one functioning cup holder. That can be a problem. And it takes, like I said, a long time to heat up just because the windows are half open sometimes. And that's all the warm air out. Then you've got the Pilot 2005. The Focus is almost as old as I am. The Pilot is very nice. All of the windows work. Inside, you've got some soda. You got heated seating, air conditioning, places to plug your phone in, nice leather heated seats, and it's just a nicer car. Lots of room in the back. And yeah, those are the cars.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we're rolling.
Are you good, man?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now that we both told our sides of the story, how did we end up resolving this issue?
We pretty much didn't. Mom and Dad just stepped in and said, "This is what's gonna happen."
Right. Yeah, and so it's not really wasn't really, I guess, a third party, since I guess they're both technically like, involved, since it is their cars, but I guess it's kind of a third party in that way.
Yeah.
An overarching party, then I guess you would say. I don't know if that's a third party mediation or not, but so yeah, Mom and Dad just kind of stepped in and just said, this is what's going to happen, and we didn't really have much to really talk about it. But how do you think I handled our conflict, and how do you think I could have handled it better?
I don't think there was a whole lot of handling in general by either one of us. I think in the future it would be good if we discussed it, but really it's not a hard decision.
I guess, yeah. But we could have talked to just make it a little more easy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me interview you about this. And, all right, it was nice talking to you.
Yep.
All right. I'll just hold it. All right. So, what is my take now on the conflict? Now that it's over, I feel kind of bad about it. I especially when he said, that he's paying the price for the for my crash, because of that. I mean, that didn't feel good to hear him say that. I think that I could have handled it a lot better. I could have. The problem was, part of the problem is that it was over like a long distance. We're not seeing each other every day. Since I'm in Fairfax and he's in Williamsburg. I should have, instead of like handling it just over text, just instead of like just talking about it over text, we should have at least called, just so we could like hear our voices, because I know that, especially with like conflicts that take place over text message or online or through social media or something like that, sometimes it's hard to understand like, what people actually are implicating. So it would have been good to talk about it like that, instead of just doing that over text. It also probably would have been better to actually talk about it more instead of just letting our parents handle it. So that's pretty much how I feel about it now. In the future, I now know to actually work on my communicating with the other parties, and be a better listener, and so that was my answer.